Hey everyone, this is Caleb coming at you in 3-Star Dragons. Today I want to talk about the fundamentals of war. When I refer to the fundamentals of war, I'm referring to the key components that everyone's got to keep into consideration before prepping for a war attack. First thing I want to mention is always make sure you come in with a full arsenal. That means troops, clancaster troops, and spells. You don't want to come in underestimating your opponent under the assumption that you don't need all of these to finish them off and then not get that 3-star that you thought you could easily get. Second thing I want to mention, and I always recommend this, is before coming in for a war attack, make sure you scout your base. One thing you want to look out for are the builder's huts. For example, my builder's huts are on the outside, and I do this for a very particular reason. That being, say they wanted to come in from this side, and they ignored the builder's huts. Once they clear through this base, and clear the builder's huts on this side, they'll be wasting a good amount of time having to go back to these builder's huts, which could result in the 99% instead of that full 100%. Next thing I want to talk about, and it's incredibly important, is clan castle lure. And the reason why this is so important is because if it's not done correctly, it could result in not getting anything, really. First things first is you always want to make sure you're going in with a versatile troop, like, say, the archer or the wizard, or anything that can suit both ground and air troops. You never want to go in with just ground troops, and there be a balloon or a dragon or whatever the case may be that you cannot destroy, because then they're going to have a field day taking out your troops. Primary example, take this raid that was done on number 1. This person came in using a full P.E.K.K.A build and made the mistake of only having an archer queen and a dragon to counter the clan castle troops. And if you take a look over here, the queen wanders off, clancaster troops go towards these P.E.K.K.As, and this very weak dragon here. The dragon gets taken out really easily, and because there's no anti-air, these P.E.K.K.As go down relatively quickly. And this is why you always want to make sure you're coming in with a troop that can shoot both ground and air. Otherwise, you result in, like I said, a no-star. From there, I know the clan castlers tend to vary depending on what town hall level you are. The lower town hall levels don't have it as easy as the upper ones. And I'm going to show a good example how you take out clan castle troops as a lower level. Here we have our clan member Nemesis, who approaches the clan castle troops very carefully, very strategically, using an archer to take out the clan castle troops and lure them towards the corner with a giant. The purpose of the giant is to soak up at least a little bit of damage while the archers are sitting there firing away. This prevents you losing too many archers to the clan castle troops. It's not a necessity that you use a giant to soak up the damage, but you definitely want to make sure you're coming in with a good amount of archers or wizards to take out those clan castle troops, or you're not going to have enough to take them out, and it's going to result in that no-star. When you get higher up, clan castlers tend to be pretty easy. There are actually some raids that naturally take them out, and you don't necessarily have to worry about them. But they still need to be addressed. You have to have some method of taking them out, otherwise your raid is not going to go as pretty as you want it to go. Next thing I want to talk about is funneling. And this is incredibly important as well, because if you don't funnel correctly, your troops are not going to get to the objectives that they need to. For example, let's see, this one right here. Our teammate Kyle here decides that he's going to do a drag raid on this base. If you look at the way he approaches it, notice how he doesn't place all his drags down at first. He places one drag over here on the left-hand side by himself. This one dragon scrolls off to the right, and then he places all his dragons towards the center. The objective is not necessarily to get to the core for him, but to get to the air defenses, so that way his dragons are in the clear to clear off the rest of the base. And as you can see, since he funneled it correctly, he's able to clear this base fairly quickly despite the level of the air defenses. Even if these air defenses were stronger, because of the way he approaches the base, he would have still managed to get this 3-star regardless. It's always important that you funnel correctly. Otherwise, you're going to be seeing your troops going around in a big old circle, and the objectives not being destroyed that need to be destroyed. The last thing I want to talk about is make sure you time your wall breakers. It's not exactly the easiest thing to do, but there are some key components to look out for, and that's basically the wizard tower and the mortar, the splash damage defenses. With that said, you'll probably notice that there is this tendency when you are sending out the wall breakers that these particular defenses will take them out before they manage to destroy that wall that it needs to, preventing your troops from entering the compartment that they need to enter in order to complete their objective. With that said, if you time your wall breakers correctly to where they will not be damaged, then you will have no issue making sure that your raid is done successfully. For that, maybe all you would have to do is watch when the mortar is going to make a shot, or prevent yourself from being in range of the wizard tower when it makes its fire. Either way it goes, you always want to make sure that you are timing those wall breakers. Or like I said, it could be the difference between getting that 3-star and having a very unsuccessful raid. Alrighty, that's all I had to talk about today. Thank you for watching, and I hope to come out with an episode for you guys soon.